I'm not here to show you a hidden gem. I'm not here to convince you that a place is good or bad. I'm here to answer a much more practical question. If you lived in Hua Hin, would you actually come to places like this? Or would they mostly stay a nice idea? This is Khao Kalok Beach, about 30 minutes south of Hua Hin. It's quiet, it's open, and on paper, it looks exactly like the kind of place people imagine when they think about retiring near the sea. But this video isn't about how a place looks. It's about how it fits after the novelty wears off. Because most retirement decisions don't fail dramatically, they fail quietly when places stop fitting into daily life. And that's what we're really looking at here. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. Whether a place becomes part of your life has very little to do with how nice it is. It has everything to do with how easy it is to reach. Not distance on a map, but how it feels to get there. How long it takes from your front door, whether parking feels simple or annoying, whether you can come without planning. This is the kind of place you'd come to if it feels easy, not if it feels like a small project. And that matters more in retirement than people expect, because once you have time, you become far less willing to spend it on effort. If a place feels slightly inconvenient, you don't come less often, you stop coming. And that single detail quietly decides what becomes routine and what fades away. Keep that in mind because it connects to everything else you're about to see. The first few visits to a place like this are easy to enjoy. The space feels fresh, the quiet feels calming, and everything feels intentional. But the real test comes later. Would you still come here when it's no longer new? Would you come on an ordinary weekday, not because it's special, but because it fits naturally into your day? Some people need a reason to leave the house. Others need places that don't ask for anything at all. This kind of beach appeals much more to the second group. And if that isn't you, that's not a failure, it's useful information. This is another part people underestimate. Beaches aren't one experience, they're several, depending on the time of day. Early mornings works well here. Late afternoons work well here too. There's usually shade, there's often a breeze, and the beach feels comfortable enough to stay. Midday is different. The heat changes how long you remain. It changes whether you walk or sit. It changes whether the visit feels relaxing or quietly uncomfortable. Most retirees would come early or late, not at midday. That's not a complaint, it's just reality. And once you understand that, you also understand how often a place like this will realistically fit into your life. Not ideally, but realistically. This isn't a really active beach. You don't come here to do a lot. You come to walk a little, then sit, then slow down. That's where this place works best. But there's something here that needs to be described honestly. There's a trail that leads up towards a viewpoint and also gives access to another section of beach. And this part matters because it isn't easy all the way through. Parts of the trail are uneven, some sections are steeper, and reaching the viewpoint takes real effort. For some retirees, that's a positive. It adds purpose, it gives a sense of achievement. For others, it's a clear limit. And most people fall somewhere in between. What's important is this: you don't have to do it. You can walk part of the trail, you can turn back when it feels right, or you can stay near the beach and never use it at all. The trail doesn't define the place, it simply adds an option. And in retirement, options only matter if you're honest about which ones you actually use. You'll also see kite surfing here at times, not consistently, but often enough that it becomes part of the background. For most retirees, this isn't something they come here to do, it's something they notice. The same wind that makes kite surfing possible also changes how the beach feels. On some days, it adds movement and interest. On other days, it shortens how long you stay. For most people, the kite surfers are something to watch for a few minutes. Motion in the distance, interesting but not essential. And again, that detail affects how often a place stays in your routine. This is the question everything comes back to. Would this become part of your routine, or would it stay something you talk about more than use? For some retirees, places like this become regular: morning visits, quiet afternoons, a way to reset. For others, it's somewhere they visit once every few weeks when they want a change of scenery. A lot of places sound good in theory. This is one you'd either use a lot or almost never. And neither answer is wrong. It simply tells you what kind of daily life actually suits you. If this kind of honest, practical look at daily life in Thailand is useful to you, you can do me a massive favor and subscribe to the channel. The next videos look at what usually happens after this stage, what people keep doing, and what quietly drops away after the first year. Of course, living in Hua Hin isn't only about calm places. Life also needs contrast. Places that pull you out of the house for different reasons. This is Tamarind Market. Most retirees don't come here all the time, but many come once or twice a week. It's open in the evenings, mainly from Thursday to Sunday, which already shapes how it fits into your routine. People come for one simple reason: easy food choices in one place. You arrive, you walk a short distance, you choose something that looks good, and you sit and eat. There's plenty of seating, the layout is compact, and you don't feel rushed. This isn't somewhere you build your life around, it's somewhere you drop into. It adds stimulation and variety, but it doesn't replace community, and it doesn't fix loneliness. A quiet beach like Khao Kalok adds calm. A place like Tamarind Market adds energy. Most retirees end up using both, just not very often, and not in the way they imagined at first. A beach like this improves the day, not the entire lifestyle. After the first year, this either becomes part of your routine or it fades into the background. And that isn't failure, it's clarity. Because retirement isn't about finding perfect places, it's about understanding which ones actually fit into your life long after the novelty is gone. If you enjoyed today's video, just do me a massive favor and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.